Okay, accounting 2. Welcome to Work Together 2.1. So let's go ahead and head in here. We are going to be doing some more journaling today on departmental sales on account and then also sales returns and allowances. So I'm just going to pull this over to the side here. It says back office supplies sells used office furniture in two departments, chairs and desks. Page 3 of a sales journal, page 6 of a general journal, and a partial accounts receivable and general ledgers are given to us. And so we're going to work through the following. We're going to journalize the following transactions completed during September of the current year, and we're going to post the items that are to be posted individually. The sales tax rate is 8%. Source documents are abbreviated as follows: sales invoice and credit memorandum. So the first one says that we sold a desk on account to LKL Products for $1,415 plus sales tax. So that, of course, is going to go in our sales journal. We're going to open that up. And again, that happened on September 3rd. That was LKL Products. Our sales number was 422. And we'll leave our post reference blank for the time being. And then again, our sales, it was for a desk, was 1415. So we want to make sure that when we do this, we put our desks at 1415. And then remember, we needed to calculate some sales tax. I believe our sales tax rate was 6%, 8% sales tax. So we take 1415 times 8%, and we get $113.20. So that's going to go in our sales tax. And then the total of those two is the amount that LKL Products owes us. So that's $1528.20. Okay, simple enough for our first one. Our next one says that we sold a chair on account to United Charities. They're tax exempt for $310. So careful to note, a lot of times charities or nonprofits are tax exempt simply because they're trying to help a lesser population. So they are not going to get taxes taken out of that. So this is going to happen on the 6th. Again, it was for United Charities. Our sales number was 423. And then because they are not paying sales tax, it's actually just 310 is going to go for their accounts receivable. And then remember, it was a chair. So we're going to put the sales under the chairs and call that good. Pretty simple. Take a look at our next transaction. It says on the 11th, we sold 3 desks on account to Grasson Inc. for $2,400 plus sales tax. 424 is our sales invoice number. So let's go over here. We'll put the 11th in, and we'll put Grasson Inc. 424. And let's go over and put our desks in first for our sales. So that was $2,400 they bought for desks. Then we need to calculate our sales tax. Remember, 2,400 times 8%, and we end up with 192. And so we add those two together, and our total amount for Grasson is $2,592. And I just realized I didn't type Grasson, or maybe I did and it didn't work. What the heck? Okay, so Grasson Inc. that was for. So pretty standard, very typical like we've done before. The only difference, of course, is that our sales is broken departmentally down by chairs and desks. So let's look at our next one. On the 16th, it says we granted credit to Grasson Inc. for one of the desks sold in S2 424 for $800 plus sales tax. So what's happening here is maybe they decided they didn't want one of the 3 desks that they just purchased, so they're going to return one of them to us. So what this is going to do is it's going to appear in our general journal. We're going to open that up, and again, this is on September 16th. Remember that we're going to put our debits first. So our first debit is actually going to be for our sales returns and allowances. And remember that this is for a desk. So we're going to come down here and choose the desks option. Our document number is a credit memorandum. Remember, credit memorandums are created when we have a return of a sale item. And then our debit amount, remember they said they returned one desk, which was $800 worth. Okay. Our other debit is going to be to sales tax, because remember, sales tax has a normal credit balance. So if someone returns something, it's going to be debited. So sales tax payable. As a reminder, sales tax we don't break down into chairs and desks simply because that money is not ours to keep. It goes to the government, so we don't really care if it's broken down by desks or chairs. So we only have one sales tax. So 800 times the 8% is $64. So that's how much goes to sales tax. And then, of course, our credit is going to be to the accounts receivable account for Grasson. So because they no longer owe us this amount, that gets to be taken out of their accounts receivable for a total of $864. So that is how we do a return of a sale from one of our charge customers. Pretty easy. Let's go back and look here. It says we sold 10 chairs on account to LKL Products for $36.50 plus sales tax of $420, or plus sales tax, and our sales invoice number is $425. So that's going to mean that we're going to go back to our sales journal. We're going to plug the 23rd in here, and we're going to put LKL Products again. 425 is our sales invoice number. And then remember, we sold them a total of $3,650 in shares. We sold them 10 shares. So we have $36.50. We need to take and figure our sales tax, which is 8%, and that equals $292. So when we total those two, we are going to get a balance of $3,942 that they owe us for the 10 shares. Okay. Then we have one more return. It says we granted credit to Davenport Corp for a defective chair, and it was $75 plus sales tax from the invoice number 421. So what this looks like again is in our general journal. Pull that back up. This is happening on the 27th. So again, we have sales returns and allowances. Remember that this one was for a chair. So we put chair in here. We've got credit memorandum number 46. And then the chair was $75. We have to give them back their sales tax. So we take 75 times 8% and we get $6. And so the total that's going back to the accounts receivable for Davenport is $81. So pretty simple, not too crazy here, so not so bad. So now let's take a look at what they want us to do next. It says that we need to post the items that need to be posted individually. So we're going to start back in our sales journal here, and we'll start posting to our different accounts receivables. So our first one is going to be for LKL Products. So we go down here and open our accounts receivable ledger for LKL, and we put the third. This is coming from our sales journal, so it's sales page 3, so S3, and it is a debit for $1528.20. And again, that's just coming from right here, the total amount that LKL Products owes us for that transaction. So $1528.20, when we add that to our old debit balance, we get a total of $2,053.20. And then we go right back up here and put 130 in our post reference column. Next up is United Charities. So we open up United Charities here and we put the 6th, S3. It's a debit of $310, again coming from that accounts receivable. And so our new debit balance for United Charities is $1,165. And then we put 140 right up here, and we're done posting them. Next up is Grasson Inc. So we'll open Grasson. Grasson has, this is happening on the 11th, again S3, a debit of $2,592. And a new debit balance of $4,226. And then we take our 120 and put it right back up in our post reference. Okay, well, I'll just click on that then. All right, and our last one is LKL. We go back to them. LKL on the 23rd, we had S3 and a debit of $3,942 for a new balance, really getting up there, $5,950.20. So we plug our 130 back in there, and we've posted the ones from our sales journal that need to be posted individually. Now remember, don't go ahead in here and start totaling. Remember that according to the instructions that they gave us, they want us to post those items that need to be posted individually. So we do need to go to our general ledger, or general journal, excuse me, and post these items that need to be posted individually. So we're going to kind of jump back and forth here between our general ledger and our accounts receivable ledger. So our first one up is our sales returns and allowances for desks. So we open that up and we plug in the 16th. This is coming from general journal number 6, so G6. And then our debit is for $800. So we have a new balance in this account of $3,221.67. And then we put our post reference of 4215 up in our post reference column. Next up is our sales tax. Again, that's in our general ledger. So we open our sales tax payable. Again, this is on the 16th. We have G6. Debit of 64. So again, here we're subtracting because remember sales tax has a normal credit balance because this is a return. We're actually decreasing that amount. So we go down to $651.75. And then we plug our account number 2,110 back up in our post reference account. Okay, last one is our accounts receivable and Grassen Inc. So this one actually is going in two places, remember. So this goes to accounts receivable and it also goes to Grassen. So we'll do the accounts receivable first. We'll open that up. And our accounts receivable is going to start on the 16th. We've got G6. It is a credit of $864. So our new balance here is $15,898.50. And then we put 1205 up here. Now you can put the slash. It's not going to, you have to pick one, I guess, to start. If you remember what Grassen's is, you can fix it. Otherwise, we need to go down to Grassen Inc. here and update their account for this return. So we have the 16th G6, and it is a credit for $864. So that's actually reducing the amount that they owe us. So we take $4,226 and subtract $864, and we get $3,362. So their account number is actually 120. So I need to go back up here and fix this so that it says 120 instead of 110. So remember the 1250 is that it goes to accounts receivable, and the 120 is that it also goes to Grassen Inc. So I'm going to pause right here because I'm going to run out of time, and we'll pick up the rest of this, our totals, and the rest of our individual in the second video.